Commanders. Welcome to another day in Star Trek Fleet Command. Incursions just ended. I hope it was successful for you. Either you had fun with your alliance and with your server raiding, or if you had fun chatting up and, challenging the members of the other server, messing with them, or if you just decided, you know what, I'm going to shield up, take the day off, and just enjoy life outside the game. That's fine too. Hope you all did great there. In today's video, I want to talk about, just do a refresher of my personal recommendations from the Incursion store. I think there's a number of things in there that have value, and I think there's stuff that are kind of meh. So let's have a look at that today, shall we? Before we do that, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out, grow this channel. Really want to grow this channel. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers, and truly appreciate the almost or close to 700 people that have subscribed. Really appreciate all of you. And for those of you who have joined the Discord, I'll put the link down below, by the way. If you want to join that, we will be having our monthly giveaway for the Battle Pass that is coming up for the new arc. So do that and be on the watch out, because that's where I post my announcement for doing the giveaway. And then also hit that like, thumbs up, helps out with growing the channel, as well as hit that subscribe button if you want to be kept aware of future content. Okay, let's dive into it. So, as the general rule of thumb, I think you veteran players, or those who've been around for a while, probably know you want to focus on things that you can't source elsewhere or are very difficult to source elsewhere. So when we first came out with the Fleet Commanders, talk about those really quick. You were able to pick one out of Kirk or Spock. I went with Spock at the time because of his ability to reduce research times. As a plus 50 player now, is really helpful to me. Every little bit I can get to help me with those, because some of those are like 100, 200 plus days long. So really need to knock down whatever days I can on that to save on Latinum, speed ups, what have you. Kirk has some great things too, so I went for him next in mine. I would definitely think about Kirk and Spock. One thing that I'm starting to focus on, if you have those, is 7 of 9. And I only kind of talk about the Fleet Commanders here because they are impossible, almost impossible to source elsewhere. Locutus has been showing up in the Borg event that they do once in a while, so there is limited sourcing for him outside of Incursions. But I haven't seen any other sourcing. 7 of 9 is fantastic. Let's pull up 7 of 9 really quick. I'll hop over to the command. Let's see here. And I won't do a full video on 7 of 9 here, Fleet Commander. But let's look here, and I have to remember, I think it's... No, is it this one? It's one of these. I was just looking at it this morning. Where is it? There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Entangled wires. It increases the amount of quantum communicators awarded on a daily basis. So this is the material or the items you need. Go back to my base. To upgrade quantum communicators. See there, I'm at level 40 to upgrade your building, your command center building. So there's some stuff you can only get based upon the level of your building. And so I'm really trying to get 7 of 9 so I can have that unlocked, if nothing else. There's some other stuff there too. But this is the only place I've seen that she has any sourcing at all. And so that's where I've been focusing on myself. So any of the Fleet Commanders are probably good here because there's no sourcing anywhere else. I would say have a look at videos, have a look at their skills, see what's valuable to you as a player, because each of them kind of have a little bit different something they add to the game. We also have Fleet Commander Sloan, only available through the Section 31 faction store, but he has sourcing outside Incursions, so that's another topic in and of itself. Okay, let's talk about these ships here. If I were to say anything let's talk about this. The Defiant, you can actually get that through the Bajoran faction store. I have mine, so not an issue there, but it does have sourcing, so I wouldn't necessarily say spend your credits here, or your, what are we calling these? Your incursion coins here. Mantis, absolutely. The Mantis, if you don't have it, I would definitely get the Mantis. I don't think I'd get a second one. That's preference there, I would say. That seems like a waste to me. But just getting the Mantis will exponentially advance your syndicate level, which has tons of great benefits. So if you don't have a Mantis, I would probably, above anything else here, I would get the Mantis first. So that has some great benefits, getting the Mantis through the syndicate loop. So get that. Titan A, I would say it's a fantastic ship. It's a good ship for boosting your ships based upon your research. And it's something you have to work on, I think, daily. But the fact that it's giving the ability to get rare skill points for your fleet commanders is going to be huge once you get to level 40 and above. So if you don't have the Titan, I would definitely consider getting that just so you can start working on it. These officers, while they are tempting for PvP, on the one hand, they have the new meta, most effective tactic available for PvP, so it kind of trumps this, but these still have their place because not everyone has that, and it's good to have on your second ship. It's also good if you've been away from the game for a while to grab some of these. The one problem I have is there is now additional sourcing for these in the Section 31 store. So I would be careful about getting these here just because you can get them elsewhere, or get some of them elsewhere, where some of these other things are impossible to get. So I wouldn't really have these as a priority if it were me. Whoops. Didn't mean to click on that. I'm going to blame that on lag, blame it on Scopely. We move down here past the PvP officers. We look at Cisco, Dax, and Odo. Odo basically has no sourcing. You get them sometimes in the Syndicate event that they'll have every couple of weeks, it seems. Sometimes they'll have him in there, not always. He's good for increasing your critical stuff below decks, but not huge. They have Enterprise E Troy does the same thing, only better, and so he's not as important. I haven't even unlocked him yet, to be honest, and I don't think he's impacting my game that much, maybe a little bit. Cisco is sourceable through the Bajoran store, so that's how I max my Cisco. He's maxed, so I definitely would not spend anything on him here. Dax is tempting because she currently has no sourcing. I did notice that they said that they were thinking about or planning on having a Deep Space Nine in the roadmap. They mentioned Deep Space Nine. So is there a chance they might add Dax and Julian Bashir to some kind of mechanic, or to the Bajoran store? Maybe. I don't know. But I think that Dax is a fantastic officer. I made a video about her specifically, and it is niche, but for solo armadas, I think she's fantastic as a captain. Currently tier 2, I'm about 36 shards from tier 3 for her. So she is tempting to me, and I think if you're doing solo armadas, she'll be a great addition to your crew. So I would consider her in the Incursion store just because she doesn't have additional sourcing. But if they're coming out with the Deep Space Nine arc, I know it's something people have been asking for a while, some additional sourcing for her and Julian Bashir. And so maybe you don't focus on her for Incursions and you hold off and see what they're going to release later this year, potentially. This other stuff, I wouldn't even focus on here. There's other sourcing for this kind of stuff in the game. Subspace Relay, some people are going to be tempted by that, because it's the only way to get the subspace relays is through Incursions. But where you're spending those is on upgrading this building. And what does it give you? Defense platform, damage bonus, yay, I guess. Warp speed bonus, very minimal to me at this point. And I don't think it's going to impact your game that much with how much warp speed is in the game. And hull health bonus. There's a lot of that in the game. So I just don't see that you're getting a lot of value out of that compared to the other things in the event store. So that's my recommendations. I think you focus on the things that are impossible or difficult to get. That's going to be your fleet commanders. That's going to be the Mantis, maybe the Titan. Those are two things to get here. And then maybe Dax. That's a potential there as well. But once again, focus on the things that are hard or impossible to get in event stores. That includes Incursions. So hopefully this video has been helpful. I'd love to hear your comments below if you disagree or have different opinion, because we're all in different places, and I try to put my thoughts together in a way that's beneficial to everyone in the community, regardless of your level. But I'd love to hear your feedback below, and hopefully you are all getting excited to deal with more bugs and more changes coming with our upcoming arc. We'll be excited to hear what Scopely has in store for us then. So anyways, thank you so much, and I will see you next time.